Welcome back to another episode of Red Shed Projects. Plan is for today we're going to have another look at the Zetor. Put the hydraulic lift arm unit back on. I have rebuilt the hydraulic distributor unit, put new seals and O-rings into it. I'm not exactly sure whether it's done properly or not, but we shall see. What I've done was it removed this. There's an O-ring goes in here. Place this O-ring here. All these have all been changed. No, that wasn't exactly supposed to happen, but I've probably lost something else. But I have replaced all the seals along here as well. I have a new pin to go in through here that was broken on the last bit. I'll have that. I'm going to put this all back in today, and hopefully that cures the issue with the lift arms not operating properly. We definitely lost something here. Aha. That's what dropped. A bit of a nightmare for dropping things at times. But everything in that unit seems to be operating properly now. This is all moving freely. This kind of hard to push that in and out, but it is working. We have to get this rigged up again. You can tell I haven't been here in a while. Plenty of cobwebs kicking about here, and people that know me will know I am no fan of spiders at all. But the plans are for this is I'm hoping to get it painted in the next few weeks. If I can get this arms all put back together today, see everything's working properly, I'll get everything all cleaned down and maybe get bits and pieces of blasting done. I'm not intending to blast the whole tractor, but maybe little bits in around the front axles just where it's a little bit rusty. Maybe have to. Question for anybody: here on the steering seems to have a little bit of a gap in here. Is that normal, or is something wore in here? Is there shims or something supposed to go in there? Is that supposed to be tight? I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a bit of a gap there. You'll have to please excuse me because I am not a mechanic. I'm a lorry driver for a living, and this is just something I do as a bit of a hobby at the weekends. But a tractor is something that I've always wanted to have. Wanted to always buy one with my father, but unfortunately my father's no longer with us. We lost him in February this year, but just before he passed, he had bought a little Massey Ferguson 135 that belongs to. He's left that to my brother. It's at home in Northern Ireland. Beautiful little tractor. If I get a chance, I'll stick a little picture of it, and if he sends me a few of them. But it's a little cracker. So since my brother ended up with a Massey, I decided I'll have to go and get myself a tractor and join the tractor club. So here we are with this thing. A few people will have already maybe seen the videos on the wee Super Major that we'll have. It's down in the shed. I'll maybe go down and take a wee walk around it and show the situation with it just now. What else have we got going on around us? We'll have this. This is the bed of Johnny's L200, which has which has a few problems to say the least. We have this, not too many have seen me mention this. Plan was for this is maybe to turn it into a little recovery truck. It's not actually as bad as what it looks. This truck is only 44,000 miles on it. Real good engine in it. Starts first turn of the key, and I would near say if I fire it up here, it will go. Ah well, not exactly. The batteries could do a bit of a charge. Normally does start, but in saying that, anytime I come near it and I fire it up, it cracks off first time. But the batteries haven't had a charge on it in about maybe 6 months. But this is not something that I'm going to be continuing with. A friend of mine has actually bought a newer version of this truck, and I think he's maybe either going to take this for spares. It's actually probably too good to break, but I don't think that it's something that I really want to be getting into just now. The plan was for to fix this up, and that would do for shifting the little tractors about, maybe going to tractor shows or ploughing competitions or something like that. This is the cab off the Zetor. I have started to shot blast little small bits, but I haven't got back near it. But I am planning to get at this within the next couple of weeks. Probably going to be a few videos on the Zetor coming up. I'd like to get it sort of all painted and finished up for the winter time, but have the painter organised for within the next couple of weeks to sort that. And here we'll have Johnny's L200. This thing has major problems, as we can see. I'm not sure that's supposed to be like that. Not at all. This truck was given to Johnny for his father helped a guy out on a job one time, and the farmer actually gave it to him for nothing. It had all near brand new tires on it when he got it. But I'm not even gonna ask what he's been up to here. That is a grease spec if I have ever seen it before in my life. Some guys. This is what happens when 13-year-olds decide they're going to tackle to fix things. But no doubt Johnny's got from A to B with that being fixed like that. Look at this. No messing about. Bolted together. When in doubt, get the bolts through. Look at that. That's something else. That is that's not something I had a hand in at all. But no doubt we'll do something with that. Quite handy having it about. See, we'll go down and take a look at the little major and maybe take a walk around Damien's campervan. This is the van you've possibly seen in the video that we've done up. This thing's been quite good to me. Only set just over 81,000 miles on it for a 2004 van. But when I bought it, it was quite rough, and I've recently put new brakes on it, or new discs on the back. I am going to get the wheels refurbished at some point to put new discs and brake pipes and calipers on the back, new calipers on the front. But it's been a good van to me. Plan is to do something with the inside of it at some point. You'll have to please excuse a mess, because it's never actually had anything done with it since it was put on the road. I've been that busy just with working on the Scania, and then it just hasn't got anything done. I do have all the stuff for to ply line the inside of it and possibly do a conversion on it at some point. I'm going to put a side window into it and another one into the other side at some point. But we'll go down and take a look around the little super major, show you what the situation is with it just now. Oh, there's the Campervan. A few people maybe have seen this in its original condition before Damien bought it. Came from an old fish processing place in Peterhead, Aberdeenshire. Quite a local van to us. Used to see it going about in its working days. This van was only days away from going to the scrapyard before Damien took it on as a bit of a challenge. He didn't even want a camper van, but here we are. He kinda has it now. Less than £300, I think it cost him. He got the same lad that painted the Scania. He gave it a coat of paint and a bit of a tidy up. He's not fully finished with the inside of it yet, but he's a wee bit to go. But anybody who wants to go back and look at how this thing was before he started to do the work did. Cinema system. Well, a reasonable effort for an old van for some strange reason. Everything we seem to have about us is 2004. Scania is 2004. My van, that's 2004, and so is this thing. A few more bits and pieces to do to it, but he has had it out a couple of times. Good going van, good strong engine in it. Seems to sit very high for my liking. I don't know if you could drop that thing at the back or something, but I don't like it. It sits that way. And here we have the little major. Not exactly sure what this tractor is. We're led to, people tell us it's a super major. People tell us it's just a major. People tell us it's a power major. But I wouldn't be able to advise on something like that because I am not exactly sure. Some people, or a guy was talking to me before at work, and he mentioned that he could tell that it was a super major by looking at the rear end of it. Maybe some people would know by looking at it. Takes the comfort, because this seat is an exciter sitting there. You don't want to be getting over the bumps for that. Prodding at you. But if anybody would like to comment on what model they think this tractor actually is. Tyres are very perished, although some of them were flat when we picked it up, and the front tyres were all flat when we picked it up, and I don't think any of them have been pumped up again since it's been brought back. Planning to give the wheels a bit of a blast and a tidy up. They seem fairly solid, but hopefully they don't fall to bits whenever we take the tyres off. Having to pull start the tractor just now because I think there's a weird starting system for these tractors. I'm assuming this handle has to be engaged. Will be something to do with the starting mechanism on it. Move this. It's going to take this off this week and leave it to somebody to have it looked at, but probably just as cheap to go ahead and just get a replacement. This is not a standard alternator setup for this tractor. This is one out of a car. It's in my belt. It should not be on like that. That was an alternator we had lying about that we needed it on in order to work for the water pump and the fan. Seems to do that job just fine, but you'll have to get the actual, I think it's a dynamo system that this little tractor has, but I'm unsure of that. Folks say this wheel is off a certain type of major, and then the other wheel on this side is off a different type again. This is not the original engine in this tractor. This is a Ford cargo engine, we're led to believe. We do have an original engine for it, which we'll probably give it a check over and leave it sitting. It'll do for spur. Not that we imagine this little tractor is going to be doing too much, but new bonnet, bit of a tidy up, a few new tyres about it, and a matching wheel. It'll make a nice little tractor. Well, my brother's wife, this is a tractor that belonged to one of her family members, so it's sort of kept within the family, and when we get a wee chance we're going to bring it back to its former glory. So if anybody knows what the colours, the proper colour scheme of this tractor should be, they could maybe let us know, because I think the wheels, should the wheels be white? Are the mudguards supposed to be that colour? I'm not 100% sure. I'd also like to thank all the recent subscribers to the channel. I'm quite surprised to see it grow so much in the last couple of weeks. I think we're up about 490 now. It'd be great to see it whenever it hits 1,000, because I never actually thought that would happen for a couple of years anyway. I'll get this thing rigged up and see how well it goes back together again. Safe as houses. Is that going to land there? Probably not. That would only be too easy. Need to put this down onto this pallet and turn it upside down just so we can refit the distributor. I have a couple of split pins to fix in here as well. Get it back on, see how it works. That's it. Spot on. Put this up out of the way and I'll start and refit this. Cobwebs everywhere. Oh, I hate spiders. Broke one of these guys the last time, a little circlip for on here. That one's actually a little bit too big because I didn't have the right tool for taking it off, but voila, we'll have the right tool for putting it back on again. Again, that was slightly too big. It's not great. Whole new box of circlips, and I'm not sure whether any of these are going to fit. A lot of them's all messed up. We'll try this one. Well, this is how far we're on now. I have a hydraulic distributor back in. Didn't actually get to record any of this because it was a bit of a nightmare. This doesn't hold on very much. Two big bolts here, in here, two 13 mils, and down around the back. This here's for the service for the tipping pipe for trailer. And what else? Two mechanisms in here. Two wee pins have to go on them. I have still a little clip to put onto one of them, and then we're golden with that. Okay, so I'm almost ready to put this all back together. I have a new gasket here for it'll go right round the bottom of this. These are quite tricky to get to stay in place, but I have a bit of an idea for that. Now we're ready for put this piece back on. This is a cylinder that is used for lifting the lift arms. This strange looking piece here goes down in the inside of this. Here's a piston up and down, and that's all there is to it really. If we get this back in, we'll be golden. Go ahead. Cut just now is a way to fire up the compressor, so we'll get this assembled, put back together, and we'll throw it on and we'll catch up again when we get it on. All we have to do is connect this pipe onto here, and that's more or less it. Clean this up and put the new gasket on, but I'll cut back in whenever we're lifting it back on.